Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of the Spare Change Challenge. I'm going to do something a little different today. I tried to open up some cash game tables, but after about 5 minutes of trying, I couldn't find one table. So I don't know what's going on. We'll play some of these for fun. Hyper Turbo 6 Max. We'll do a set of 4 of these, and that'll be our session today. I'm not going to play too long today because the AC is out upstairs. He came out, and they've already been out twice, and they keep finding little things to replace or fix. First time they just missed everything. The second time they found like a control board or something. Replaced that for 300 bucks, and then now supposedly a motor is out. Don't know what that's going to cost, but yeah, good times, right? So I guess he's going to come back tomorrow or the next day for that. But in the meantime, we are sweating when we're upstairs, and I can't really stream downstairs. I don't have it set up on the laptop, so I'm just gonna play 4 of these and then go back downstairs and do something else. But I did want to try and keep up with the stream. On another note, as you well, I moved money. As you can see, I moved money off of Ignition. It's still set aside for poker. It's just out of the account, which I thought was a prudent thing to do with all the troubles that Ignition has been having lately, especially. So, I mean, you can still consider this like, you know, whatever it is, 4,000. Well, let's see, I had 600 when I cashed out, and now it's at 720, so, or 730. So whatever that is, I cashed out, excuse me, I cashed out 3,300. So yeah, I got about 4,100. Set aside for poker, and I'm just keeping this, and it took like 5 days to get my cash out. I had to call them to push it through. The pain in the butt. So yeah, usually it doesn't take them that long. So it's kind of, I don't know. I mean, I guess we're all jaded since Black Friday, right? I shouldn't be concerned, but it's good to get the bulk of my roll off the site. Always. Every poker player, online poker player nowadays, just has it in the back of their head, like, you know, what if? I don't want to lose my whole roll, so I think it's prudent just to keep a certain number of buy-ins on the site. I mean, why else? Well, there's no penalty for doing that, right? I can just load more if I need to. So I keep a few hundred in Bitcoin, which has been spiking. I think I've made over $100 in Bitcoin just by having it on Bitcoin. I wish I had left the whole amount on Bitcoin, because when I cashed out, it was 2,200. Bitcoin was $22 per Bitcoin. By the time I got my Bitcoin, it was 2,500, and I cashed out, and it was like 2,560. I moved money off of Bitcoin. We just go with this. Under the gun, people are usually pretty tight in these things. I think 400 leaves us enough to play with. I think we can flat. I just go with favorable flops. Be checking this flop a lot. Assuming we'll have the best hand here sometimes. I don't see any reason really to bet. The only thing that's really beating us here is Ace King. Unless he just flopped a monster and is still playing it. He could certainly have like Ace Jack or Ace High and be betting now. He could have like sixes and be betting. I think would he try and check it down with like Ace King, so I think we can just give it to him here. I mean, he could just be stabbing the turn with that Ace High too. But it doesn't matter. I mean, we had a plan just to leave ourselves with 400. So we got a favorable flop. It's fine to play it that way. So I'm registering my last. I also have a little throat thing right now. So it's kind of hard to talk. I keep having to cough when I talk, so that's another reason I don't want to do a super long stream. And if it stays like this and the air's not back up tomorrow, I may just take tomorrow and maybe the next day off. I have family coming into town later this week, so I may be a little sporadic this week, and I apologize for that. Nothing really other much to report. I mean, I had my daughter by myself all weekend, my youngest daughter, while the other two were out of town. So that was kind of cool. We got to hang out, go to the pool, you know, go places and whatever fathers do with their 5-year-old kids, you know. Watch some cartoons. Yada yada, right? Alright, so we get a really... Why does it always a sweat, right? We managed to hold, though. That's good. This guy's definitely a fish up here. It's good to see there's fish. I'm playing... This is the $10 level, by the way, so I've got 40 some odd dollars. $40 in rake. And these whatever into this. Which I think we're certainly rolled for. I mean... you know, 100 buy-ins for this is $1,000 and I've got 4,000, so 400 buy-ins I think is adequate to play these. Even though they're like super high variants, I don't think I'd really want to play the $20 level with 4,000, unless I was going to do it as like a serious thing, you know, like this was the game I was choosing just to go with. I certainly have thought about doing a different game because of the way the cash games, I don't know if everybody here is familiar with it, but they've been having a lot of issues with their cash games on Ignition. Literally 5 nights in a row was just completely unplayable. In fact, I don't even play at night now. I don't even try. So actually, I'm trying to find something else to do with my poker time. So stay tuned. I might figure something else out. I thought about learning some PLO. I'm certainly not. I'm just basically a beginner with minor competency at PLO. So if somebody said something in chat, let me check that because I had my chat wasn't working. I just realized. Oh, hi, Emma Lemus. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's a fairly rough day, but what are you gonna do? I mean, I'm just warm. It's not a big deal. I grew up in Florida, and I mean, when I was a kid, we actually had a few times, me and my brother, we slept in a room without air conditioning. So in the summertime, we would always just have a fan blowing on us, and I guess the sweat kept us cool. We stayed hydrated, and the old hang a leg out method, you know, hang one of your legs out, and maybe your foot on the other side, and let the AC keep you cool. I mean, not the AC, the fan keep you cool. So I'm actually more of a warm-natured person. I'd much rather be 95 degrees than 50 degrees. You know, I always say that you can always take clothes off, right? Isn't that what the Northerners always say? Well, you can always put more clothes on. That was a terrible Yankee accent. Sorry about that. So I think we're getting our 4th game up here. Do we just open? No, we got to give these guys some room to shove on me here. So on a mid-raise. Nobody shoves, but that's good. We pick up the blinds. We like to maintain this stack size here. Somewhere between 7 and 1100 right now is really good. We do get shoved on one hand later. Hopefully this is like a flip and not ace queen. Which is fine. I mean, either way, we're only paying another 100. We still got an adequate stack size, so we run ace 7. We're good to turn, and we're chopping. Oh, that's not a chop? Shit. Ace, queen. Oh yeah, the jack plays. The 10 was the bottom. Okay. That's cool. That was a pleasant surprise. I thought that was a chop with a king and a paired board, right? But no, the 10 was actually the card that was the operable card there. Just gonna let him shove. I mean, top pair in one of these. You just gotta go with it. Gotta go with it. Wow. What? He actually flopped a straight in one of these. Holy shit. That is so weird. That is running good for him when I flop top pair. I want to float one street. If I pop off a straight here, I mean, I can stack this guy. Obviously, I'm going to go with the aces here. I mean, shit, this could be a triple or a double up for us. I'm not going to get too fancy with this. I would, if I was deeper here, I would certainly float this flop. But going to, as is, do this. Bait on the turn? Oh yeah, always, right? Always does that. Did I call that one right or what? It's never, ever, ever easy, right? They never, ever make it easy. They always give them outs on the turn. I mean, that's kind of conspiracy talk, but doesn't it always seem to be that way? It's just crazy. I mean, we got a 1 in 4 chance, I guess, it's going to happen. It's hilarious to me that I could just call it like that. We're in good shape in the rest of ours right now. We're fine. So if we're gonna lose a couple all-ins, let us get a bad beat when we have 100 chips and not one of these, right? So that's a good. It's maybe a good thing. If you're gonna get bad beat, make it be where you have a little equity in the tournament. We're gonna win the rest of these though. I have run historically fairly well in these. I don't know whether I've just run well, played well, or both. Maybe I've played badly and ran well. I don't know. I'm certainly no expert at these, although I have played thousands upon thousands of sit and goes. You know, that's what I did exclusively for a year or two. I started in tournaments. I think this is a little bit much. I would lead this if I were deeper with a gut shot, but I think you're basically just stuck check folding here. This much. You got to leave money behind. That's the kind of the whole key to these, and similarly double or nothings is just maintaining a shove stack as long as you can, right? So we have the kings here. That's always a positive thing. We're running good card-wise in these. And tens, yeah. I mean, that's like the nuts. Tens is like aces, right? We probably have the best hand here often enough. Do I bet and try to get him off a king? I think I do. Try and get him off a king. I'm just gonna shove. I'm not gonna play cute. Obviously, we're not folding kings here. This is usually like ace high or like a small pair when people open shove under the gun. We'll take a spade on the turn this time. We'll take a king on the river. Nice little double up. So we're doing good on our top two. We're gonna open this king queen. And if you guys enjoy these, I mean, I'll play these. Since cash seems to be unplayable lately. I mean, I'll switch to these for a while if you guys want. Some people have said they prefer me to play some heads up or something different, which I'm fine with. I think I'm a favorite in these things, so I don't mind doing that. Or maybe we can play some PLO. Let's see. 130 would leave me a little less than 300. With the blinds at 1530 going up in. Do I have enough to get through the blinds here? This is usually strong. Even though this guy's 3-bet now 2 out of 4. I don't know what that other 3-bet was. I just have to give people credit in these. It's just extremely strong when people don't shove. We make it a heads up, so at least we're going to cash in one of these. So I think that means we get half our buy-ins back, regardless of what happens now. Yeah, it's 21 bucks. So I'm gonna just probe open the 6-4 here just to see how he reacts to an open. And I think I will see bet this. We still have 700 left if he plays back or continues here. But I think it's worth establishing a little bit of button dominance if he'll allow me to do that. Okay, so it looks like he is a 40-10 so far. I think we just open against this guy. We're certainly not folding if he shoves here. He's a little bit passive, but we're just going to play this standard. Hopefully he has something this time. That's a good turn. We have a pot size left. I think we just have to get paid by jack here, right? We just have to let him try and pay us off with a jack. I don't think he's folding a jack. So we have to give him a chance to pay us off. Well, we don't give him another cheap card. We don't give him a cheap card with like 9-7 or whatever we get. So we're heads up here. So we just broke even for the session, guys. So I mean minus rake. So that's pretty cool. And the blinds are high here, so this is gonna go pretty quickly, I think. We're gonna shove very wide on this button. Oh yeah, that's definitely a shove. I'm gonna check back and see what he does on the turn here. Probably min raise a weak lead. Go ahead and he's obviously going to bet all of his kings right on the turn, so we consider we have the best hand right now. It looks like he's just letting me control the action on this one, so I like my chances here. In fact, I'm going to take a little bit of a chance, more or less. I'm going to see what he does when I limp. This guy looks pretty aggressive, so I don't imagine he's going to let me limp, but I'm going to try anyway, right? I don't think he can really see a flop here. We'll lead. We're going to go and bet pot here. And if we lose, we got 500 left. I'm going to bet 200 here. Assuming we have the best hand here a lot. That's a really bad river. But he's pretty passive, so I think he bets. I don't think he's going to bet unless he's strong. This guy is really passive, so I think that's the best way to play that hand. Little less than 10 big blinds, but he's so passive that I'm just going to open, right? And then c-bet. I don't think I can shove here because I think this is profitable enough that I don't have to shove. If this was a really aggro guy, I would be shoving a hand like King 8. But he's just letting us control the action. I don't see any reason to play the high variance game versus him. Oh, hey, Emilema. Sorry I'm ignoring you a little bit. These are kind of intense, so I apologize. Give me 1 second in these heads up, and I'll read your comment. Actually, I'll just take a minute now. So I bought your book the other day. Any way you'd suggest reading it? I know some books it's good to bounce around, and some are good to just read straight through. Mine is more of the straight through type, I think. It just depends on your level. If you're an advanced player, it's kind of a different strategy you may not be used to, so I actually prefer you just read it from front to back. Just understand the premise of the book and what the audience is I'm trying to reach. It's basically either for newer players that are looking for a different way to play in a lower variance environment, with less money having to put on a poker site, or it's for people that have been playing a while and maybe struggle a little bit, they want to try something different. I'm definitely going to shove the ace-jack here, because I can get called by a lot worse. Well, we're going to... club on the turn? Okay, we'll take a queen. Okay, well, we got to come back here. It's a flip, you can't win them all. We're going to call the shove here, and we're going to get it in here as well. We have him out-pipped if we can have our kicker hold here. Deuce, no, three. Did it play? Does it play? Yeah, it plays. So we win both of these. That's pretty awesome. And now hopefully he's on tilt and calls with like King 2 here. I'm going to keep shoving with the King Queen. Deck's kind of hitting us in the face. This guy's so tight I have to fold the ace-10 here. Can we call here? We're getting a decent price. If I lose though, I'm kind of short. Man, this hand plays really well against a wide variety of hands he could be shoving. I'm thinking we need like 1.7 to 1 here. What am I getting? Probably about 1.7 to 1, right? We just win this one? Oh, it's close. Yeah, we don't have enough stack to keep playing if we lose this, so I'm going to go ahead and call here. Unfortunately, we lose unless we get a jack. Okay. Yeah, we definitely have the right price if we had 2 live cards. We could end it right there, and we still have chips if we lose, so it's not a big deal. Oh, shit, man. You have Lyme disease? Oh, sorry to hear that. They caught it early, I hope, right? Hopefully they caught it early. And you're fine. Look at the sweat here. I mean, jeez, man. Oh. Alright, so we win 1. So we at least break even. We're going to be up 20 bucks no matter what. So we're good here. I mean, if you could just be break even or up in every session, I mean, you can't go wrong, right? I actually have to shove the 10-8 under the gun. I can't let the blinds go through me again, because I'll have no fold equity. So we're just going to have to roll the dice here. And this is my favorite hand, right? So, hopefully we get a chop here. We got a chop unless he spikes an 8. Alright. Oh, this is not a good situation. Yeah, we're going to lose this one. But we're doing okay heads up here still. So, not a big deal. We just never got any good spots in this one. So this will be the featured table. Alright, that's better. This might happen quickly, so... it might be over before I get the table resized. So... Yeah, getting back to you, Emalamas. I think I'm hopefully pronouncing that right. Yeah, just read it. Just start reading it and get through the basic strategy and try the basic strategy out. And I mean, it just depends on how quickly you get the basic strategy down. If you get that down quickly, I mean, move on to the intermediate. If you want to just set a goal of 10,000 hands or something with the basic and take it a little bit slower, that's fine too. And start reading ahead while you're playing the basic, that's fine. You can incorporate slowly, that's certainly not a problem. As we get a really good spot. No diamonds, please. Oh, open-ender. Really? Okay, so we win 2 out of our 4. That's definitely a good result. We'll take that all day long. So we did increase the bankroll a little bit there. So that gets us up to $756, a little $37 increase to our bankroll today. But I mean, I said I was going to keep it short today, and I hate to do this, but I am freaking hot. I mean, I'm not just like a little bit uncomfortable. It's literally like 84, 85 degrees up here in this room right now. and which I could handle if there was any kind of airflow. I have the window open, but there's no breeze outside. I live in the south, so I mean, we can just, yeah, I don't know what else to say. We could talk about something, but it's hard to do that when there's a delay, right? Unless people want to just type it into the box. But yeah, thanks for buying the book, and I hope you feel better soon, BKW. Man, it sucks to have Lyme disease. There's actually been a lot of talk about that this year. It's supposed to be a really bad tick year. So we've been really careful, not letting the kids play down in the woods too much. All that good stuff. Oh man, my throat's killing me. Okay. So if we can get some feedback on the comments for you YouTubers out there, and let me know if you want to see more of these things. Are these interesting enough? You want to see me play some heads up, maybe play some PLO. I mean, it might not be short stack PLO, but maybe we'll play some like 10NL or something, full stack PLO. I mean, we could try playing some half stack or 40 big blind. I just think 30 big blind. I mean, I guess it's okay to start with 30, but I wouldn't want to leave tables. I'd want to keep. I think there's more of a premium on having more behind than PLO. There isn't no limit hold'em, because it's all about kind of making nut over nut. It's a lot more nut over nutty than hold'em. I mean, I guess hold'em in the old days was kind of like that. So you'd want to have a bigger stack when people were stacking off with like King 3 on a King 5 or something, right? But nowadays people don't stack off on those boards as often, even the whales. So I mean, the value of those top pair hands goes down. But same thing as in PLO. You make your nut wraps that are over nut wrapping somebody else, or you have set over set or things like that. And you want as much behind when you have those situations as you can. Right. So I mean, let me know. I mean, I'd like to hear everybody's ideas. I'm open to anything. I can play pretty much anything. So maybe we'll just do a mix every once in a while. You guys let me know. So sorry for the short session today. Sorry about that again. But I appreciate everybody watching and following along. And we're going to keep on trying to grind up the bankroll. I guess that puts us at around 4156 now, right? Something like that. I guess that includes, I mean, guess if you can add 100 into that, because that's what I made off of Bitcoin in the transitioning. So yeah, we're probably around 4250 or something like that, which is 42% of our goal. Considering we started at $25 a few months ago, we'll take that, right? So okay, everybody enjoy the rest of their day, and we will talk to you hopefully tomorrow. If not, as soon as possible, as soon as this AC is going, we'll be back in action. Thank you very much.